Good morning everyone from Warsaw.
We are in today's video doing a £20 challenge. I'm not quite sure how much that is, Lottie.
We're gonna get it out at the cash till.
Yep, so we're going to show you how much £20 can get you in Warsaw. And for me personally, quick spoiler, it's going to be a lot.
But Connor would like to make a personal appeal and apology to my nan for not wearing a coat in yesterday's video.
I was freezing. I thought I was going to be daddy big balls and not wear a coat.
He didn't wear a coat because he was looking
For a body warmer.
So-
And I found one, but it was too small. So, yeah.
so
I apologise, Olivia's nan. So
we're gonna go to a cash till.
we're going to go to a cash point and we're going to show you how much we can get with £20, starting with breakfast. What do we say about Christmas?
And for 1 hour it will be £183.
£183.
We're not gonna do it just
to
yet,
ice skate. No, they said come back at 12
though. Or 1.
or 1, so we still have like another 2 hours. But all the little Christmas stalls are up. Everyone's ice skating. I saw some old people in there as well. That must be like 80.
We will
and they're
attempt it,
killing
but-
it. Attempt is a big
We
word.
will need a penguin.
Yeah. We will definitely need a penguin. But it is so beautiful here.
And we're gonna try and find a pastry. We've still not found a cash point yet.
No, and we are hungry.
Yeah.
So I got the Nutella waffle, and Olivia got a
Large.
large cappuccino. I mean, it is absolutely huge.
But I wasn't that hungry. But it came to 24 PLN, which is £4.45. £4.45.
So all this for £4.45, and that is breakfast served.
So, ka-ching, this is how much we have left of our budget.
I'm gonna tuck into my waffle. Olivia's gonna have her cappuccino, and we will hopefully go ice skating after.
So I think this is Warsaw Museum and called Barbican something, I'm not sure. But this guy who's painting is so talented, and he only charges 120 zloty.
For his really good paintings, because I do really want to take one home. It's just a shame that I can't because I just don't have enough in my suitcase, which is annoying.
But we are going to the market square, and it's very famous, but it was entirely rebuilt after World War II because it was destroyed after the Warsaw Uprising by the Germans.
And we think this is one of the buildings that was
But
reconstructed.
we're not sure. We're not sure.
No.
What we do know, the cobblestone and the medieval structures, like these buildings that are in red, normally mean they're over 200 years old, but they were built just to replicate exactly what it looked like before the
Yeah.
Germans destroyed it.
So we're not sure if it was reconstructed, but nevertheless, it is a beautiful little.
But the market square definitely was.
Yeah, and I think that's where the ice rink is.
Fingers
That
crossed.
we're gonna hope that it's open now. So here we
We just went ice skating.
go. Ice skating.
And-
Tempted.
Honestly, I think 2 donkeys would have
Yeah.
done better than us.
We got laughed at.
Yeah, actually laughed at. We booked an hour because that's all you could do, and we lasted half an hour.
Well, Olivia
But
lasted
I
half an
did.
hour. I lasted about 10
It was
minutes.
dreadful. I think our ice skating career has
Is
ended.
over. We retired. And to be fair, the shoes were quite bad.
No, we didn't do. It was our fault. We didn't do the shoes up properly.
Tight enough, yeah.
So it was just an absolute.
But you know what? Give me
nightmare.
the tightest, best ice skates on earth. I still wouldn't have done
No,
better.
no.
So.
We're blaming.
We'll
the
blame
ice
the shoes.
skates.
We'll blame the shoes. And
But dun. How much was it?
we went £3.
371.
371.
How many zlotys though?
20 zloty.
20 zloty. 371 for an
For
hour.
an hour for 2
But
people.
she laughed at us.
Yeah, we said we're done. She went, "You're done
Already?"
I was like, yeah. So that's the story of Balamori.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was enjoyable. I can see how
So-
if people knew how to ice skate, they'd absolutely love that.
But we still have a lot of money.
Yeah. And there's constant music playing, and it was so cute. There was an old lady that was trying to teach us how to do
She
it.
was desperately trying to help, but
Yeah, we
you
was
can't
like, we're a
help
lost
a
cause.
failure. Lost cause.
No. But I definitely recommend coming here. And the scenery just around it is so nice. Obviously, we
But only
weren't
if you can ice skate.
we weren't focusing on the scenery.
Yeah, we would have recorded it, but that would have ended in a smashed phone.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not quite sure what we're gonna do now. I think we're gonna go on our own walking tour, so where we do it ourselves. So we'll see you when we get to our first destination, I guess.
Yes.
We are in front of the Royal Castle, and I'm pretty sure this was rebuilt in the late 1970s because the Germans did unfortunately bomb it. But thankfully, there was some rescue. There was some parts of the
Components.
building that was saved. So there is still parts of the building that is as old as
1410, I think.
1410.
The Middle Ages.
Yeah, so that's when it was
Either
originally built.
1410 or 1510.
Yeah, so that's when it was originally built. And there is still parts of this place that is still from there because it has been saved. But it has, like I said, been rebuilt because the Germans did sadly bomb it. But a lot of the things here is going to be rebuilt because Warsaw was very badly hit in the war. I think it was one of the worst European countries hit by the war because it was the first invaded by Germany. So most of the things we will be seeing here is either rebuilt or some of the rummages from the bombing, sadly.
Behind us is a statue in memorial of the Warsaw Uprising and to remember those who died because of it. The Warsaw Uprising was in 1944 and it was led by the underground Polish resistance army against the German occupation, and it failed because of the unwillingness for Americans and British to help against the occupation, because they wanted the Soviets and Stalin to help because they were an ally.
So they just didn't have enough support, sadly, which led to many deaths of the Polish people.
How many people died? I imagine
Quite a lot, yeah.
But they timed it in succession with the Germans withdrawing or invading Russia. I'm not sure. We also passed a plaque, which was where the Warsaw Ghetto did stand,
Yeah, and there was lots of stones that people have placed on top.
which they put on Jewish graves normally. But it was just a small fragment of the wall, but we felt weird filming it, so we didn't.
Yeah, I mean, even this we feel kind of weird filming it, but I guess it's something you have to see when you come here. But yeah, I think it's also placed right in front of a cathedral, might be. Yeah, I think you can tell by the little window. So it might be a cathedral, I'm not quite sure. But it is Sunday, so they might be doing Sunday Mass in there. But yeah, this is stop number 2. A very sad stop,
Yeah.
but
It's important to remember that
yeah, very important.
Poland was like ravaged by the war.
Yeah, there is so much history in this country. And even not just this country, I mean this city in Warsaw
Yeah.
has so much sad history behind it. I think it's good to know. And it's good to remember as well. I'm glad they've decided to put all these statues and all these buildings back
Because you
up.
can't just forget.
No, you can't erase history. It's one thing to erase it, but it's another to kind of remember it and then build things for people, tourists to come and have a look at, so they know your history as well. And I think that's very important to know other countries' histories, because it wasn't just Great Britain that suffered. Obviously, us
Not
being
at all.
British, nowhere near. It's just us that suffered. There's so many other countries that have suffered 100 times more. I think it's good to learn about their history as well.
Yeah.
So the monument was just there behind this green building to the left, and then like we said, that was a cathedral, and I went in there and I'm pretty sure it's got the plaques of a lot of the fallen soldiers in there, and that was sad to see, but they've demonstrated it very, very well. And actually in there it's really, really beautiful, so I definitely recommend just going in there, paying a visit. If you're Christian, maybe say a prayer, but it is really, really nice in there. And then at the bottom there is a museum, but you do have to pay for it, so we didn't really want to do that. So we have now a couple of seconds walk. We are
Outside Krasinski Palace, and it was built in the 1600s, but it's been rebuilt so many times. It was purchased by the state in 1765, but inside most of the artwork, I'm not sure if the actual building, but it was destroyed again by the Germans after the Warsaw Uprising. So they literally burnt the city to the ground.
yeah, the Germans have literally bombed this city to the ground. But again, thankfully, the Polish have rebuilt a lot of it, if not all of it.
Yeah, and it looks so like you wouldn't know.
No, you really wouldn't. It looks like such an old building. But I don't think you could go in there. Even if you could, we probably
I'm
wouldn't.
not sure, it's just a cool piece of
Yeah, it's just a good thing to come and have a look at.
architecture.
But it's literally right next to the statues and then the cathedral. So this is all in kind of one little square. So
Yeah.
again, definitely recommend paying this square a visit. So now we're off to step number 4.
7.
Seven.
Oh, wait, I don't know. We're following a self-guided walk.
Yeah. But we've seen a lot of it already. We talk about it, so
Yeah.
maybe step number 7. But yeah.
Who knows?
So when we got into Old Town, this was one of the first buildings that we actually walked past, but we didn't know the significance of it. So this building is the Church of St. Amy. Obviously I knew it was a church, but didn't know whose church it was. Obviously who it was named after, the significance of it. I think you can go inside. I'm going to go inside, but we're not going to bring the camera with us. I'm not quite sure who's the statues of. I'm pretty sure obviously they're saints, but I'm not quite sure who is. But I am going to go inside. I think this is one of the oldest buildings in Old Town. Obviously it was destroyed by the Nazis when it got bombed. Sorry, but when it got rebuilt, I still think it's one of the oldest things that they've rebuilt. So this structure and this building has a very big significance here in Poland. Obviously because it is Sunday, I don't know if they do have Sunday Mass in it. I doubt it because of the time. Usually they do it early in the morning. But there is a lot of churches around here, and this is one of my favourite ones. The colours of it, the statues outside, I think it's absolutely beautiful. And right next to it,
The panda.
it's the panda, which Liv is more, I think Liv's more interested in the panda.
I am not.
But yeah, that's the markets are right next to it. I'm going to go inside. And if you just take a look around the view around the square.
I'm not lost. We were standing in the middle of that road.
That's where we
On
got
our
our
phone.
food. Is that what you were saying?
No, I was saying we were in the middle of the road.
Oh yeah, we was in the middle of the road. Some guy was like, mind the cars, and I was like, oh yeah, damn.
Yeah, and
there
everyone
was
was
cars
waiting.
stopped for us. But that's where we got our food, literally there. So if you do, when you come into Old Town, make sure you visit this bit because there's a whole bunch of food places here, which is where we're going to get our dinner. We'll update you on the price when we do. So I just went in there, and I was corrected. They had a service going on, and it was ridiculous. I had to wait on the outside of it with other people because it was packed. Like the whole building is just filled with people. So I mean, if you want to go to a service here, you're gonna have to get here really early, but it was absolutely filled with everyone just praying, and it looks so beautiful in there. So if this wasn't our last date in here, I probably would try and get a service, because that must be like one of the once in a lifetime opportunities to do for me. But it was really cool to go in there, so I definitely recommend it when there isn't a service going on, because it looked amazing. So we're outside here, outside the presidential palace, which is right behind me, just there. And on our way we saw a little protest of people wearing masks and showing people on their laptop animal abuse, because they're vegans, which we don't really agree with because kids are looking at it. But it is what it is, freedom of speech. So we're outside here at the presidential palace, and there is another protest. We're not quite sure why. People have got their Polish flags out. There's music playing. I'm going to try and ask someone if they know what it is, and we'll tell you, but it's happening right outside the palace.
I'm so nosy.
Yeah, we really want to know what's happening, but I'll show you. Let me flip the camera around 2 seconds. So we've just got the ribs. Olivia's got the ribs. I've got the ribs with.
I'm waiting for my grilled salmon. And who is this guy?
This is a friend we met at the protest. Journalist.
Protest.
Yeah, he was protesting. No, he wasn't protesting. But he's
always protest.
He's a
All I do is
journalist.
protest.
If you want to look him up,
Jared Feldschreiber.
There we are.
FELDSCHREIBER.
he's waiting for his salmon.
They accidentally ordered me a roasted ham,
And
which is
he's
the
Jewish.
ultimate Jewish joke. Yeah.
So there we go.
Don't order a roasted ham for your Jewish friends.
There we are.
Don't do that.
Done. So
And I'm the oldest one in this crew. Actually, if you
Yes.
put the two of you together, you get my age,
There
which
we
is
are.
kind of cute because I was always the youngest in these circles, and now I'm like grandpa.
There we are. So we got the ribs. I don't think this is going to fit our budget, but we'll put it in anyway so you can see how much it cost us. So we're going to eat
When
this
does the
now.
camera ever flip to you? Does it ever like turn around to?
Now it does.
That's so pretend.
So yeah, we're going to
We're
eat.
at the bus station about to go to our next destination, but we feel like may have failed the challenge a little bit.
So the ideal challenge was 20. How much can £20 get you? I don't think we spent £20. I think we spent a little more than that.
But it cost us this much.
Ready, right here, now. That's how much it cost us for the whole day. That is
Yeah.
with activities, with everything that we did.
But we did a more expensive meal because we met a friend. But we do intend to do the actual challenge
Here,
here, wherever we are
yeah,
going to go.
there we go. So we're gonna leave you guys here, and we're gonna tell you when we get to our next destination in the next video.
Bye.